welcome to our Principle of the Week. We are finally done with the New Jersey Renaissance Fair, so we will be back to giving you these on a regular basis. You're going to get about 3 this week because we feel guilty about letting you go so long. We're going to do this. This is going to be a series talking about evasion. If you practice these skills, these will really immensely help your defensive skills. And it's also kind of a way to practice that you're not going to get hurt too much, and is a good way to get your reflexes going. And if you do this as a progression, it's kind of an easy way to kind of work yourself into full sparring because you get comfortable with your defense and the fact that the person's not going to hit you too much. So we're going to go through that stuff. We're kind of doing like a level where we're kind of playing tag. So when Emmy's trying to hit me in this video, she's just trying to touch me, like she's just trying to tag me. If you want to increase the intensity, you can put headgear on, mouthpiece, all that kind of stuff, and go a little harder. But I recommend kind of doing like this. You don't want to get hit in the head constantly because that's not really good for you. You should know that you can take a punch, but this is a good way to do it. If she tags me, I know I would have got punched in the face. So this is kind of level 1. In this level, what we're talking about is just strictly the evasive defensive skills, kind of like you'd see in boxing. So we're going to go over those for you now and the drill that you can do for this. And then the next time we come back, we'll add a little bit to it each time. Okay, so today we are going to go over just evasive defense, okay? Basically not being there to get hit. I usually like to start off my students where we start with straight shots to the head, and when they're doing that, they're basically slipping. Notice most of the time when I'm doing this, I'm letting my arms and my fighting stance stay so my hands are staying up. If she throws the straight shot, I'm going to go to the side. It's kind of like my upper body's a windshield wiper, okay? If she throws the punch, I want to go to the outside of it. So if Emmy's throwing her left, I'm going this way. And ideally, you want that hand, if she's throwing the right, you can see it, kind of rides right over my shoulder, and it leaves me in range to counterattack and stuff like that. We can also use our distance as defense, and typically I like to fight that way, but for when you're doing this drill, you want to kind of stay in punching range so that you're actually having to get out of the way of those things, okay? So with just the straight punches, I'm going side to side, trying to go to the outside, not let her touch my head. If I don't move, she's going to touch my head, I know a way to get punched, okay? So that's with the straight shots. On the next level of this drill, I'm adding hook punches or punches coming in from the side. Everything's still towards the head, so it's still limited, but it's going to add now. You got the straight and the hook lines coming in from the side. So on these guys, I'm going to basically duck underneath the attack. I can either duck down, I kind of do like almost like I'm doing a bow, or ideally I kind of like to bob and weave. So as the punch, if it's coming from this side, I go away from it and come under it and back up on the other side. Okay, so with just the hooks, we're here. Okay, and then when you get that and you have your people doing that pretty good, then you're going to add where they can do straight or hook. So now I got to think about a couple things. So as we're here moving, very important that the people are actually trying to tag each other. If my partner's not actually trying to tag me, this isn't going to help me actually get that skill built up. So that's kind of level 2, where you're doing straight or hook punches to the head and avoiding those. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to add where Emmy's coming to my body. I'm still avoiding. When that happens, it's almost like somebody's grabbing my belt and I'm evading back. And you can kind of do the same thing for a hook or straight punch to the body. Get my body out of the way. If I need to back up a little bit, I can. But when she goes towards my body, okay. Now, when you put that together with the first 2, I would kind of recommend with your students and stuff, isolating that, letting them get that down, and then you add now the straight, the hook line to the head or the body, and you've got that kind of level going on, which is going to kind of look like this. Okay, and you got to think about a lot of things right there coming at you. Okay, so that's now we've now kind of done the punches where they come at you from the head and the body. All right, now the final thing I like to add on this guy, because this gives us whole body awareness. One thing that's important about any of these drills is I'm using my peripheral vision. I'm kind of looking midsection on my partner, and I can see her hands and her feet and everything that's going on. So what she's going to do now is she's going to take her foot, she's going to reach out, she's trying to touch my shin, boom. Okay, what I'm going to do in that case is I'm basically going to switch my feet when I can. I can also step back or shuffle back. I like doing the switch because from here, it keeps me in range where I can counterattack and do all that kind of stuff. So as for this, if you're just isolating that one skill, and remember all these we'd be moving around, but we're kind of trying to keep within the camera so you can see us. When she goes to tag that foot, okay, so that, and then when you put all of those together, it's going to look kind of like, we'll show you a little bit what it's going to look like. But these guys basically do rounds of this, do this a lot, because this will really help you increase your reaction time and your defensive skills. You want to practice this until you're really comfortable getting out of the way of punches that are coming at you, or kicks or whatever, so that you can start doing things like intercepting and countering attacks that are coming at you. So practice these things, and like I said, if you really practice this, you can also, if you don't have gloves, you can just play forehead slap tag with your friends, but make sure you're really trying to touch them, because if you're not really helping. Happy training, and we'll be back either pretty soon, probably tomorrow, with another one of these videos, and we're going to add offense in that a little bit too.